The Energetic Learning Campus is an exciting new community expansion of North Peace Secondary School, located in the Pomeroy Sports Centre in the city of Fort St. John, British Columbia. This program was initiated during school district and community conversations called the Today and Tomorrow Project. Over 400 staff, students, parents, and community members took part in a series of World Cafe meetings and an Appreciative Inquiry Summit in the spring of 2008. Participants were invited to share their stories of powerful learning and inspired teaching. Common themes, or root causes of success, were used to help shape the educational program at this new campus. The Pomeroy Sports Centre houses a suspended walking track on the third floor. It has 2 NHL-sized ice rinks on the main floor, and on the second floor, one of only 3 indoor Olympic-sized long-track speed skating ovals in North America. The city designed the facility with over 21,000 square feet of unfinished and unallocated space in order to have the freedom to continue to develop the facility based on future community needs. Due to the advent of full-day kindergarten and a projected increase in our student enrollment, the community needed more space for learning. The city and the school district responded to the space issue by developing a unique shared vision of the neighborhoods of learning model. While typically this model brings the community into unutilized school space, their vision was to do it the other way around. Bring the school into community space. Large windows allow community members to see learning activities as they happen. Students use the recreational facilities for daily physical activity, and plans are underway for intergenerational fitness and learning opportunities. Students and staff had input to the architectural plans for open and flexible learning space at the new campus. Operable walls are folding wooden curtains that can make one room into 2. Modular walls are made up of 40-inch panels that can be moved without damage to the floor or ceiling. The use of modular and movable walls permits the size of the learning space to be adjusted to the size and purposes of those student working groups. There are smaller rooms for teacher and student planning and collaboration. Project-based learning is the key component at the ELC. Students have choice, hands-on, and collaborative experiences, and the opportunity to present their learning to others. Students learn the power of kind, helpful, and specific peer critique.
It's a unique building. That's one thing that differs. Also, along with that becomes the integration of the students with public, right? So that's a total different aspect to education, because for years, they've been locked away from 8 to 3 every day, away from the public, and no one saw them but educators.
We get to use our brains and put forward what we would like, how we would like to learn.
And they take information from each core subject and throw it all into this project. So you really got to sit down and pay attention, which is really different than usually.
Like with the project-based learning and whatnot, it's definitely different, but it's just better because you can connect with everything, right? Which is great, and I actually wake up in the morning wanting to come to school. I like that.
It was kind of, this needs to change, and here was an opportunity to make it change, I think. Some of it's just reframing, like you're not a little marks collector. We try to reframe it into you're a learner.
To get away from that old way of thinking is a pleasure, and the kids have adapted to it very quickly. We collaborate as much as we can, more than I've ever done in any kind of staff.
And then Wednesday afternoons for 2 hours, all 6 of us have common prep time, which is very, very, very valuable.
We were involved in the planning of the actual layout of the building. We were involved in the furniture that they brought in. We were 100% involved with scheduling, with everything that basically has happened at the school so far.
This gives him an opportunity to branch out, where the structure of, your typical school, it's almost too structured. Yeah, I mean, his grades are good and stuff, but he wants something more.
And he said, "Mom, you have no idea, I'm so tired of looking at a square wall and sitting behind a square desk and looking at a square piece of paper. I'm just really ready for something different. And I know this is going to be great."
And I've heard a lot of the students say their favorite part of the school is the teachers, that they feel that the teachers care about them. And you can see that when you walk into a classroom, you can tell.
Secretary and everyone in this building knows each other, and it really feels like a community, like we're starting to become a family.
It makes for a better community when you know the people you're working with, you like the people you're working with, and I think the kids see that also. They feed off that.
And then they start their day every day with a physical activity of their choice, which is very different as well, and the kids really responded to that, and they really like that they get a choice.
And also we had students involved. Students were involved in what types of furniture they thought would be most preferred. Students were involved in even the programming, in fact.
Students are now starting to take more ownership for their learning. Instead of just kind of going through the motions, they're actually more involved in what they're learning, why they're learning it.
What needs to be really clear is through the appreciative inquiry process to develop the root causes of success and then everything that's happened since. The power is that this is not a concept that was brought back from a conference or because someone read a book or the ministry imposed it. This was something that, as I mentioned before, is very grassroots from the stakeholders in the community and certainly from the teachers and students in the program.
That's not a small thing. That's a huge step for education.
I'm hoping that it triggers a ripple effect. Like I have a daughter in grade 6, and I'm hoping that this sort of sets the standard for how the future is going to be.
I'm actually glad and happy and excited to go to school.
The goal of this learning space is to truly engage students and the community in powerful personalized learning. We hope to go beyond diligence and intelligence to inspire students who will take initiative, who are creative, and who are passionate about what they do. We endeavor to produce a generation of students which is not only the best in the world, but more importantly, the best for the world. We invite you to visit and learn along with us at the Energetic Learning Campus.